sports fans, and thank you for listening to State of My Sports, where we talk about state of Michigan sports and state of Michigan beer. If you aren't following us on social media yet, please do so by searching State of MI Sports. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast along with our YouTube channel so you do not miss an episode. For even more content, check out our website, stateofmisports.com. Before we get into the episode, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors. DeHop's Brewing Company and Cafe is the official brewery of State of My Sports. Siciliano's Market helps us pick out the best Michigan beers for each and every episode. Also, Caleb from Mac Web Design helped us get our website created. So check out all of our sponsors and let them know that we sent you. All right, episode 104. We are on location at the official brewery of State of My Sports, DeHop's Brewing Company and Cafe. We will be joined by head brewer Ben Isbell. Get to know him a little bit, catch up on what's new at DeHop's and all the good stuff they got going on there. We're going to put a bow on the Detroit Red Wings season, talk some Detroit Tigers a little bit there. And what we're going to do, I think will be a little fun after the interview, is we're going to take the 16 moms that we drafted last week, and we're going to try to put them in a bracket, random order, and we're going to just go head-to-head and pick the very best one. So be ready with that. Also be ready with comments for that one as well. If you're what's that?
Mom bracket? That's what you're saying?
A mom bracket,
All
yeah.
right.
That sounds a little inappropriate.
It does sound inappropriate.
This is for TV characters, though, nothing else, right, Ryan?
I guess. Let's draw the rules early.
I mean, it can be basically any reason. So if you drafted them, just get ready to argue, or her, I should say. It should be fun. I lost track, but we're also going to talk some betting hero. We're going to talk about how the over-unders have changed since the draft. So a couple weeks ago we went over the over-unders prior to the draft, and now we're going to talk a little bit about what they're looking at now. They didn't change as much as I thought, so I was hoping it was going to be a little more fun, but still worth looking at, and it'll be fun to kind of see how they evolve over the course of the off-season here. And, of course, we're going to grade some Michigan beers. It'll be DeHop's beer today, which is awesome. I am Sam Waltart. With me today we got Ryan Waltart, Micah Smith, John Dornboss working behind the scenes. We will introduce our guests here shortly. But, I mean, really, how was your guys' Mother's Day? I mean, that's kind of what happened this weekend, right? I mean, there's really nothing else to talk about. Did you guys do anything fun?
I mean, I went to my mother-in-law's house. We're celebrating my Mother's Day next week, or this coming Sunday. This last week, I was at my mother-in-law's for basically the whole day, and it was a great day. It was a little bit too windy, a little bit too cold to enjoy it outside, but great day overall, just relaxing. Stayed there all day and had some good food.
For sure.
Good company.
Micah, what did you guys do?
Took the family to church and took them out to lunch so that Carrie didn't have to cook.
Nice.
And then we went in search of some plants for her hanging pots and just kind of pulled the plug, and we're going to wait for Countryside to open. I think they're open. We just couldn't
looked
get
for some
there,
plants.
So.
You mean like in the wild? Out in the wilderness?
No.
Like, what do you mean looked for some plants?
We went looking for plants at Home Depot.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. All right.
Sorry, I think I missed the Home Depot part.
No, yeah, we can move on. I really thought you guys might have just hiked through the woods looking for wildflowers. I'm like, I think that's a little illegal, isn't it? Like just pull wildflowers.
We were looking for poison ivy to replant in our yard.
Oh, very nice.
Smart. That's smart. Keep people out.
Yeah,
ivy walls.
I got to get some of that so people stop showing up to swim all the time. No, it was good. So Andrea didn't really ask for a whole lot, which was nice. She said she didn't want gifts, so I stuck to that. It hasn't bit me in the butt yet, so that's good, right?
So far, so good.
So far, so good. But no, we had a really good. She said the one thing she wanted was to go with her mom to Countryside, I think you said?
Or out in the wild.
Yeah, or out in the wild. She wants to do that here in the next week or so, and then she didn't want to cook. So she didn't cook all weekend, which was good. I took her to brunch. So
nice. How was brunch?
It was good. We went to the Best Side, which was really good. They have some good food. It was really busy. A little slow with the food, but I mean, in that scenario, it's kind of expected.
Yeah.
So, John, did you guys have a good time? Did you guys do anything?
Yeah, I took my future wife out for Mother's Day. I'm just kidding.
Oh, gee, I was gonna say we gotta get some breaking news down in there.
Awfully single. No, my mom. She just loves when everybody gets together. So we all went out to brunch, and my mom showed up an hour late because
She's allowed to, right?
yeah, she got a little carried away the night before closing down a local bar. So,
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
but it was a good time.
Is she in the bracket?
On TV.
Take it
She
easy.
was-
Take it
yeah.
easy.
What? She closed down a bar. She's got to be in the bracket
It's
then.
inappropriate, Micah. Come on.
Oh, come on,
We're gonna
you
have
guys.
to cut your mic this early. That's not fair to everybody. So.
Someone's got a dirty mind.
No, that's good. I did want to talk a little bit about the Tigers. I think that's where we really want to start before we introduce Ben. And we'll introduce him later, but if you have something to say, just hop right on, man. But the Tigers here, and really, I think this is we're going to have to put a time limit on this because I know Ryan and I disagree. I have a feeling Micah's more on my side of
We'll see.
how our feelings are with Al Avila. And
You don't know me.
The reason why I wanted to bring this up is because mainly what they're talking about with Theo Epstein. He went on a podcast recently. He wasn't ours for some reason. I don't know why he doesn't return my calls, but maybe he will once he's the GM of the
for
Tigers.
sure.
I'll give him a call. See if he responds.
Anyways, basically, people that don't know who Theo Epstein is, very coveted general manager, president type of baseball operations. He was part of the Red Sox. Their very first title.
07?
04.
04.
04, sorry.
08.
Broke the curse, and then I think he was a part of the 08 one, right?
Yep.
Or the two of them there.
Yep.
And then he switched over to the Cubs and kind of
Broke that curse.
Broke that curse as well.
Yeah, man.
So the fact that he's like saying he would like another go at it, and like the teams that he has built, in my head, that's just screaming he wants to be the Detroit Tigers general manager. I'm assuming. Yeah. No, I'm sure there's a lot of teams that falls into that category. But like that's where my brain went, and I'm sitting here thinking, why is Al Avila still in place? And it just got a whole bunch of feelings kind of going inside that I'm not a fan of him. I'm not a fan of what he's done. I feel like he's not building. He's terrible at free agent signings and trades. That's been proven. Yeah. And the other thing is drafting, which, I mean, he's done okay with, I think. But at the same time, is like, when's enough? You look at what the Royals are at right now, and compared to where we were, they were supposed to go downhill. They already take a massive step up to surpass the Tigers in their quote-unquote rebuild, in my opinion. It might not be long-term, but they're already better than us, so you can't tell me they're not. So I don't know. I'm just.
Why do you think the Royals would take longer to rebuild than the Tigers? Because their roster was worse.
No,
at one
because
point?
they're in the same plate. Like they did just when they sold off, they did better.
They didn't sell off. They never had a large salary cap. They never did. Their salary was always one of the lowest in the league. That was why the Royals were such an amazing franchise when they made their run, when they made the World Series 2 years in a row. They weren't paying guys a whole bunch of money. They signed maybe one big free agent pitcher that wasn't even a huge free agent until he worked out with them. And, they worked out the rest of it with like toughness, grittiness, that kind of baseball. Tigers had something way different. They had one of the largest salary caps in baseball, they were spending over $200 million a season at one point. Team salary. There you go. So their team salary was so much higher than the Royals. They had more to lose. So when they're selling their guys off, they're eating a lot of those contracts. That means the Verlander, they were paying for Verlander long term. They were paying for Justin Upton long term. They didn't have a place to go except for when they sold off and they started from scratch. It's not like they're going to go spend their money on big time free agents because they're still paying off their previous free agents. So the position that Avila is in right now, I'm not sitting here saying that he's the perfect one to rebuild the franchise, but I don't think he's done anything wrong at this point to lose his job. Now, if you're talking about Theo Epstein coming into Detroit, who would I rather have? Of course, that's a no-brainer. I would love the guy who's been the mastermind behind breaking two curses with franchises that could never really put it together, and has the trust of baseball minds all around him, where he would build the right staff, get the right guys in place that would want to play for his type of franchise. Like, obviously, I would love to have him come in and fire Avila right away.